King, along with Speedway historian Donald Davidson. We welcome you to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway Hall of Fame Museum and to this edition of Indy 500, The Classics. Donald, today we look back at the 1986 race, a classic race for a lot of reasons. Once again, we're seeing a bit of a change in the cars. Certainly they're being clocked faster, and maybe it's because they look faster.
Well, the design's changing. There's a few Lolas in the field, but the majority of the cars are 1986 Marches, and they've changed the design. The bubble nose of the early 1980s is disappearing. They've slimmed them down, and now they're going to the needle nose. They look fast. They are fast.
Fans anticipating another new track record. Will we see one? Let's take a look.
Last year's winner, Danny Sullivan, raises the speed to 2:15.382, a new track record. Now, Rick Mears rolls out to see if he can find a way into the record book. His first lap, 217.581. That's an all-time new record. The average, 216.8. Like Rick has the pull, and he talks to us about the prime starting position.
You know, you can win the race from any position, but it's really good at the beginning of the race if you can get the jump on everybody or lead it into the first turn. You can run the first, however many laps in clean air, which you don't have to work the tires as hard and that kind of thing. But once you get in the race, you start getting into lap traffic and everything else. It doesn't make a lot of difference. But the main part about it is like the prestige of winning the pole and the sponsors being able to use it for 2 weeks before the race. It's really good for everybody. It's good for your own ego to know that you were competitive, and it's just a good feeling all the way around. And the money isn't bad either.
Michael Andretti posts 2:14.522, faster than Mario. Bobby Rahal of Dublin, Ohio, turns 2:13.550. Al Unser Jr., he's just driven 211.533. And in case you're wondering, Senior ran 212.295. At home, they're father and son, but here, they're competitors. Kevin Kogan posts 211.922. And three-time winner Johnny Rutherford drives 210.220. On a weekday practice, Mario tests his already qualified car. Something broke in the right rear, and the car is forced into the wall.
Never had an impact like this, head-on impact in the wall in my career. I remained conscious throughout. I mean, I was totally conscious throughout the whole thing and remember every aspect of it.
Mario will drive his backup car in the race, but he must start at the back of the field. A.J. Foyt qualifies for his 29th consecutive 500 with a speed of 2:13.212. Dick Simon, the oldest driver at age 52, runs afoul of the rule book, and it looks as though he will be the first alternate. His team driver, Raul Boisel, makes the field with a 2:11.202. Something broke on Dennis Firestone's car. Other cars are involved. It's mechanical carnage in the main straightaway during the carburation run on Thursday preceding the race. It is a miracle. No fuel leaks, no fires. This is a case of Goodyear protecting Firestone.
Rick Mears is on the pole, really no surprise there, but certainly all the talk in the garage area and in the pits is that Rahal wants to win this one for his boss.
Everybody is pulling for that team because Jim Truman is obviously a very sick man and doesn't have very long to live, and everybody knows that. And there's this sort of tremendous pull, even with the other teams, for Rahal to do well.
So it's time to drop the green flag on the 1986 Indianapolis 500.
The faithful are there to watch 33 drivers, but the rain comes down and everyone waits. The day wears on as the infield turns to a sea of mud. The next day, the rains continue. The drivers lose their oomph. The race is postponed until next Saturday. The Indiana weather is warm. Thousands of bare-legged spectators return to watch their favorites compete for the biggest prize in racing history. Following the Firestone accident, Mario has moved up several positions. Dick Simon has been given the 33rd spot. Are all running. No, Tom Sneva, pole of the third row, is late starting. Now, all 33 cars are on their way. Flag is out. On the backstretch, Tom Sneva's car has veered off course and stopped in the infield. The red flag is out. The field comes to a halt in the main straightaway. Sneva's car is towed away. It begins to look never be run. A decision is made to replace 3 gallons of fuel for each car. So as anxious crews wait, the tanks are refilled. Last week, Bobby Rahall's umbrella shed rain. Now it keeps him from sunburn. But his name is Michael. Close behind are Rick Mears, Kevin Kogan, and Bobby Rahal. Suddenly, Mario Andretti is coasting. The yellow flag comes out, and they're comes in. It's the 15th lap. Rick Mears is in. Tires and fuel in 16 seconds. Rahal makes his stop in 14.8 seconds. A.J. Foyt goes back into the race. Foyt is followed by Unser Sr. Now, Mears leads from the 49th through the 74th lap. The midway point. Now Rahal leads. And Kevin Kogan is in the pits, but only for 20 seconds. A.J. Foyt spins in the pits as he comes in. His brake system has failed, and he's lucky to be off the course and safe. The car will race another day. A.J. climbs out as The records show that he has passed 10,000 miles of speedway competition in 29 years. Jim Gilmore, his car owner, is not having a happy day. In turn 3, Fritz Vogler hits the wall. One more casualty of this fast-moving 500. Jacques Villeneuve takes a long, lingering look at the back end of his car, perhaps in hopes of changing what his mechanic has told him. Teammates duel in the main straightaway. Then Bobby Rahal comes in on the 166th lap. Could it be that he's planning to go the rest of the way without a stop? Seconds, and he's back chasing Mir. It's Mir, Rahal, and Kogan. Michael Andretti, almost a lap down, is in front, but running for it. Now Kogan has passed Mir, and he's waiting for his chance to pass Rahal. He finds speed and passes, taking the front spot in the 188th lap. All he has to do is stay in front for the next 12 laps, and the 500 is his. Then Arie Luyendyk spins at the head of the pits. The caution light comes on, and it looks like the race will finish on the yellow with Kogan a certain victory.
And the safe car is on the course in front of Kogan.
Green flag. It's a trophy dash in the 198th lap. Rahal accelerates and passes Kogan for the lead. Less than 2 laps to go, and the winner could be Rahal, Kogan, or Mir. They are all traveling within a second of each other. The speed of the leader climbs to 209 miles an hour as they approach the white flag. Checkered flag is for Bobby Rahal, who has won his first Indianapolis 500. The trip to Winner's Circle is so sweet to a driver who has dreamed for 5 years of winning the 500. He shares his victory with his wife, Debbie, their baby daughter, Michaela, and his car owner, Jim Truman, who, while terminally ill, has rallied to be able to savor this great victory. The others come in, not victorious, but next year. Roberto Guerrero is fourth. Randy Lanier is the Rookie of the Year. Rick Mears is third. That isn't the way he planned it, but $332,000 is a pretty good day's pay. Al Jr. is fifth. His day's pay is over $113,000. Michael Andretti is sixth. Kogan came so close. Second isn't bad, but it's not first. Rahal Rahal broke Rick Mears' 1984 record, raising the race speed average to 170.722. This was truly a race to remember.
Bobby Rahal wins the Indianapolis 500 and taking it away from Kevin Cogan right at the finish. And it is indeed a very emotional victory because Jim Truman will survive only another 11 days. In fact, about a week after the race, there's a parade in downtown Columbus, Ohio, the hometown of the team, and Jim Truman is too sick to attend.
One thing certainly I remember about that race, I don't think there was a dry eye in the house when Jim took that drink of milk there on the victory stand with Bobby Rahal alongside. It was a victory lane celebration, certainly, to remember. For Donald Davidson, I'm Mike King. We hope you've enjoyed this look back at the 1986 running of the Indianapolis 500, and we hope you'll join us again for another Indy 500, the classic.